I think managers are never satisfied. We can still learn, but it's a young team, and performances like that, they will learn from it. So we still get in good positions, but then it's that final pass or final finish, and it's concentration. So I'm obviously happy with the goal. The goal was magnificent, but no, we can still improve, and we will. We will improve by games like this and gaining more experience. Yeah, I mean, you talk about the history. I played against Stoichkov in Nou Camp, and amazing player. And of course, in that generation, you have amazing players. I think the coach at the moment is trying to find the right balance. He changes the team a lot, which is difficult for us to read what game's going to play, 5 or 6 changes. So he's still trying to find that consistency. And even though the players probably for Bulgaria were older, they're still inexperienced in international football. So as all Bulgarian teams and individuals, technically they're very good. Maybe they just need that slice of luck to bring the confidence back. But yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy, and you have to be patient, which in football these days is not very popular.
Well, it was heading for a 0-0, frustrating draw. But talk to me about that Jonny goal.
Yeah, fantastic goal. Yeah, started from the back, great build-up, and yeah, we'd had 2 or 3 good chances, and you think that the game's drifting away from you a little bit, but yeah, it was an amazing goal. And an amazing move, Neco, who was fantastic all night, and then really difficult angle to finish. So yeah, really pleased, obviously, and especially pleased for Jonny.
Hand in the pocket celebration from you. Is that kind of relief over the last 6 days? It's been a tough campaign for this bit, isn't it?
It has. 3 away games, 4 different hotels, 3 COVID tests, a lot of suspensions, injuries. So we had a lot to deal with as a group. But I was so proud of the players today. I thought first half they were fantastic, great performance. It's just what I said before, just that final bit, just that bit of composure. And we've seen it in the second half as well, where we could have scored more goals. But we'll learn. It's a young team, and the more and more you get in those positions, the better your decision making becomes.
I was going to say, to come away in an international match with a clean sheet, given the amount of players you have missing, you must be so proud of what you're doing with this team.
Yeah, we're proud of the defensive aspect. That's a team. It's not just the defenders, not just the goalkeeper. We want to press from the front. We want to be aggressive. And we're doing that. And the players put a shift in. The players put a real shift in. They've looked after themselves this week. Not easy. I've said it before. I've said it in every press conference. Juggling the minutes and making sure that everyone's fresh, and substitutions as well. So yeah, really pleased. Obviously with the result, but I thought in parts we played some of the best football I've seen for a long time.
Given that there are only 2 players who, in your lineup that was starting regularly for your club, you must be pleased with the likes of Rabbi and Jonny who are coming on and making such an impact like they did. Yeah,
and I said that in every game, that the substitutes, they need to concentrate and they can come on and make an impact. And I've had that, obviously Neco coming on, scoring in the previous game against Bulgaria, and then Jonny doing the same. But it's not only that, Dylan started the move from the back, and then obviously Jonny finished it off.
Last question from me. There was a moment late into the game where Neco was down injured and he limped up and made that tackle. Does that just sum up what you're trying to achieve with these boys? Because that just showed, he has all the limelight, but that's a bit of guts, isn't it?
Well, we've got a real good group of players who put a shift in, like I say, and want to work for each other. And like you say, it's not easy when you're not playing regularly for your team. That concentration to keep it for 90 minutes, and Reece making his debut, Neco making his first start. I thought they were both outstanding, and they showed that in the quality of their play. Well,
congrats on that win.
Thank you. Thanks, Beth.
Hi, Ryan. It's Dav here from the BBC.
Hi.
Just on late goals, we discussed it after the win over Bulgaria in September as well. What do you put that down to?
Well, I put it down to the first half, the way that we played, the way that we moved the ball, made Bulgaria run. And you can reap the benefits later in the game when they just don't quite get there for crosses or just don't quite get there for tackles. And also, it's the players who keep going, keep believing in the way that we're playing. And it's not easy to do, especially second half. It got scrappy. There's a few yellow cards. And these young players have not experienced some of this before, but they kept the concentration. And again, players off the bench making an impact as well.
Yeah, you talking about making impact from the bench. Is there an art to making substitutions? Because I remember before you got the Wales job, I remember you saying you spent some time with Eddie Jones, the England rugby coach. He likes to call them finishers. What is it behind a good substitution?
Well, it's not easy because there's a lot of moving parts. You know, you have to weigh up who's struggling maybe because they're not playing regularly. But we have got players who can come off and make an impact. I thought Neco's been outstanding coming off recently. But Jonny's one of them players who can come off and with his dribbles and attracting players to the ball. He's one of them players who is an impact player. Of course, he can start as well. But I made the point that everyone needs to contribute at the beginning of the week or beginning of the 10 days, and they certainly have.
A word on Wayne Hennessy. He went off with an injury. How severe does that look?
Yeah, we're not too sure at the moment, obviously. It was just a tweak, I hope, but we'll get him back, scan it, and hopefully he'll be okay.
And just finally, you're in prime position now to win your Nations League group. Is that very much the aim looking forward to next month? Well,
we've put ourselves in a good position with 2 home games, but that you can't take it for granted. You can't be complacent. We need to keep going. We need to keep believing, and hopefully have a few bodies back as well for the November games.
Thanks, Ryan. Cheers.
Thank you. Thanks.
I can imagine, Ryan. Hi, Lawrence. It's Lawrence here. 6 consecutive clean sheets now, Ryan, in competitive games. That must give you a lot of pleasure.
Yeah, it's not easy. There's a lot of hard work. Like I say, a lot of determination from the players, quality as well, and a bit of luck as well. If you go back to the Finland game, obviously the guy missing an open goal, you need that little bit of luck, which every team needs. But we deserve that luck because, we put a shift in, we're organised, and we never give up.
I think the average age of that team tonight was about 22 years or so. That's incredible to go to an international game like this at this level and play with that younger side. Do you have any concerns about these youngsters when you're putting them in? Is there anything in you that wants to go a little bit more experienced?
No, I thought it was a real test tonight. I thought first half we were the better team, the way that we passed the ball. Second half, it got a little bit scrappy. Like I say, a few tackles flying about, and that's when a young team can sort of get carried away with it and lose focus. But they didn't. They kept playing. They kept plugging away. So that was a massive learning curve today. It's not easy. It's not easy coming to places like this and trying to keep your composure and going to the end and playing the way that we want to play. So the more you expose young players to this, the better they get. It's like, the chances that we had in the final third, the more players that you get in them positions, the better the decision-making will come.
All right, just finally for me, just looking at Jonny Williams, does every squad need a Jonny Williams in them? What qualities does he bring to you? Because you believe in him. He's just sat here and said, I thank the gaffer for believing in me and letting me play at this level.
Well, he's a fantastic talent. He's someone different who, from the middle of the park, he can take players on, which is not easy to defend. You don't get that very often with players who maybe drop a little bit deeper. I thought with that sort of false 9 that we were playing tonight, that him and Harry are perfect for that role because they can drop in, get the ball, comfortable on the ball. They can play be that extra midfielder, but also they can get in the box and create chances and make things happen as well. So. No, he's someone who brings a smile to everyone when he meets up. Got a real infectious sort of attitude, but overall, he's a quality player who can make things happen, and whether it be starting or on the bench.